Welcome back to The Joy of Vinyl. I'm Rick Coste. I get asked a lot why I prefer vinyl over any other format, especially, given the investment I've put into both my collection and the equipment to play it with. It really is a constant journey. But why undertake the journey at all? Especially when I can ask Alexa to play any song I want to hear and even hook her up to a decently priced system to play it on. It's a good question. It's one I've talked about before, but I usually approach it from the love of the format, the warmth of analog, the tactile feel of holding a record and reading the liner notes and the lyrics. But to be honest, it goes deeper than that. And that's what I want to talk about today.
I always tell the girls, never take it seriously. If you never take it seriously, you never get hurt. If you never get hurt, you always have fun. And if you ever get lonely, just go to the record store and visit your friends.
That clip is from the movie Almost Famous. I seriously can't believe that movie came out 23 years ago. Where's the time gone? But back to what she said in the clip. If you ever get lonely, you just go to the record store and visit your friends. I could almost end this episode right here, because that's basically it in one line. It's at the heart of why I love vinyl records and have for well over 40 years now. I had a tough time as a teenager. I know I'm not alone when I say that. I was lonely, I was self-conscious, and I had a hard time in social situations. When I see a picture, say, of an old high school get-together or pool parties that former classmates post on social media from the past, I'm never in them. I would have been too shy to go. I had a lot of fears back then. Instead, I can tell you exactly where I was after school. I was at home listening to records. If I didn't have a record on, I was listening to WBCN out of Boston, with listening to DJs like Mark Parento or Charles Laquadera. I was listening for the next song to love and the next record to buy. It's fair to say that my collection was fueled by the playlist at WBCN. When I fell in love with a song, I fell in love with the artist or the band, and I would buy their records. In many cases, all of their records. It wasn't easy though. I had to save every penny I earned to do that. But what else did I have to spend my money on? I was home most of the time. I have a bad memory, admittedly, when it comes to some things. A really bad memory, but I can tell you why and when I bought almost all of the records in my collection. Some records are more special than others. Maybe not because of the actual music on the album, but the feeling it brought when I first heard it, or when I realized there was something special about it. Even if I didn't quite understand what made it special. I was an introspective teenager, and I often read way more into things than were there to read into. Music reached me in ways other things didn't. Coming home from the record store and putting a new record on my dad's turntable was exciting. That was almost the only excitement I had in high school. Reading the lyrics was like a search for the meaning of life, or maybe why I felt the way I did. I could go on and on about examples and discoveries and some of those records, but that's not what this is about. It's not even about the lonely kid who went straight home every day to escape into his growing record collection. It's about, really, the music that saved him. Over the years, I've said to close friends that if it wasn't for music, I probably wouldn't have made it. I can't really say with any certainty that is true. I may have found something else, some other art form. I was also a voracious reader. But with music, it was a conversation in a sense. The song, the delivery, the lyrics, they all spoke to me. And I put all of my fears and anxieties into the experience of listening, giving them a deeper meaning. Now, with every listen, the bond grew. Some of my most prized album possessions are the ones that got me through those years, with repeated and repeated listens. When I put, say, Ozzy's Blizzard of Oz on my turntable today, a record that I've owned for over 40 years, I can remember the feeling and excitement of playing it that very first time. I can still escape into it. I miss the record stores of the past, back when, vinyl was king and the record store was full of sealed records, both old and new. I'd spend hours there. I'd move down the alphabet looking for some of the songs and the bands that I'd heard on WBCN the night before. And today, at the end of the day, I set all of my stress and anxieties aside. I go into the vinyl room and, well, I visit my friends. So that's it. That's why I prefer vinyl. Well, I also love the analog sound. It can't be beat. Anyways, thank you for watching. And until next time, please take care of yourself and enjoy your records.